But there have been so many changes in regards to UAE visas, and many of them will come in force next month. A lot of people have been confused about this. So to clarify and give us some more answers is Mohammed Arshad, the founder and managing director of RAS Corporate Advisors, a great place where you can register your business in Dubai. The website is rascorporateadvisors.com. And Mohammed, thank you very much for joining us here in the studios.
Thank you so much, Kitch. Thanks for having me.
Super. So now, the first question that comes to everyone's mind, and that is about the so-coveted golden visa. How does one get golden visa? And I've heard that the categories also have expanded. So probably Kitch and I should apply for it, is it? or will they look at our face and say, no, listen, it's okay, you be on the regular visa?
Yeah, hi Neil. Yes, you are correct. So the immigration rules has been changed, and golden visas requirements also be relaxed now, and they also introduced 5 years green visa as well.
Okay.
So for the golden visas, there already have 6 segments, like which people they can get it, like who invest in real estates. There are certain requirements for the real estate investors. Then the second one is for the startups. Then third one is scientists. And exceptional talent is the fourth one.
Oh, that's us.
That's you and I. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like a lot of artists, they got the golden visa on this category. Exceptional talent. Yeah, exactly. And then the fifth one is skilled labor, the experienced people, engineers and other ones. And then the extraordinary students who have good grades.
Right.
Well, that's me. I've studied here as well.
See, there you go. I mean, I was thinking of the scientist bit where I was doing some research, but then that was like way back. They wouldn't probably look at those medicines and say, listen,
maybe not. So, Mohammed, the green visa that comes in, when I first heard green visa, I thought it must be something to do with the environment. But it's not. It's just a different name for the visa.
Yes, correct. Actually, UAE immigration, they are relaxing the immigration rules and regulations. They are attracting more people from all over the world to come in UAE to live and enjoy the life over here. So the quality of life in UAE is much more better than else. Okay. So green visa is 5 years visa. So who can get this green visa? So there are certain requirements for that. A person, investors or entrepreneurs who are planning to come, so they can get 5 years visit visa, that is multiple entry visa. And then there is another 5 years visa who can residents can get that one. And for that, there are certain requirements, like a person who has a job and with offer letter for the $4,000 monthly, he has the thing, so he can apply for green visa as well.
So if I get any of these visas, the 5-year green visa, what is the maximum time I can spend out of the country? Is it still 6 months before the visa is cancelled?
Yeah. See, if the visa is cancelled, so he has the timeline to stay in the UAE. So up to 6 months. So if a normal visa is cancelled, though any person he's on cancelled visa, he has the time for 30 days only.
But at any one, so if I want to go back home to India, is the maximum time I can spend 6 months?
Up to 6 months in UAE.
Up to 6 months.
Correct.
But that is for the normal visa. Is it the same for the golden and the green visa also?
No, for normal visa it is 30 days, and for the golden and green visa, after the cancellation.
No, not after cancellation. So normally what happens is, I have a visa. It's a normal visa. If I stay out of the country for more than 6 months, then it gets cancelled.
It is the same rule. It is not changed. Yes.
Same for golden visa also.
Correct. It is.
Okay, because I was.
It is also mentioned on the visa. So what the visa is stamped on the passports, you can see the holder of the visa should come in back within 6 months time. Otherwise it will be wide.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, because I wasn't aware of this part. I thought probably there was some relaxation on with the golden visa bit. But you also mentioned about the green visa. There is also multiple entry visit visa also.
Correct.
So what is that about? And if you could throw some light.
See, a lot of people, they come to UAE for business trips or some exhibitions, like in trade centers. A lot of exhibitions are going on every month. We have exhibitions. So the people who are doing the transit travel from Dubai as well, so they can get the 5 years multi-entry visit visa. So for them, no need to apply again and again. So one time they will apply and they can stay and then exit.
Yeah, this is pretty much like what one would apply for, say, a UK visa or a US 10-year
Correct.
B1, B2 visa.
It is.
Now-
Right? I mean, you can come and go whatever you want to do.
Now, we've seen for so many years when family, grandmother or grandfather want to come out and they want to extend their visa, they drive to Oman and then they do the visa run and then they come back. That's changing. So, sort of the family and the visa to visit relatives and friends, that's been extended and changed as well, hasn't it?
Exactly, it is also changed. A person who is residing in UAE, he or she can sponsor the immediate relatives as well without any sponsoring or travel agents as well, because he can apply under his sponsorship.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of guys out there that are upset about
Yes.
their mother-in-law might have to might be staying a few months longer than they'd hoped.
So I'm sure the mother-in-laws will ask for a 5-year multi-entry visa, bro.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yes, yes. So, and what about the job visa? I like this. So, for someone who wants to work in the UAE, and we all know that it's a lot easier to find a job when you're in Dubai than applying from
Yep.
outside. Is the job visa for people who want to come here to help them find work?
Correct. It is also there's a good news for the job seekers. So the UAE immigration, they also give a 6 months job visa for the seekers who are coming to search a job over here. So that's new news for them as well.
I think that's a great initiative.
That is phenomenal because, sitting in India or in Pakistan or someplace else, you're trying to look for a job here. Because, see, most of the Western expats, their passports are strong enough to let them come into the country and stay around here for some time without, looking for a visa. And there could be the time where they could probably speak and get a job or two. But for people from, say, South Asia, Southeast Asia or Asia for that matter, they need a visa. And this job seeker visa is definitely a very good step considering the fact that, people want to come to the Gulf and, try and look for a job. And especially UAE market is booming. So I think it's just timely that this decision has been made.
Yes, I want to add one more thing, Neil. You are right. The people who are working out of UAE, if they want to come in UAE and settle over here, they can apply for a resident visa as well while showing their salary contract of $4,000 per month. So they can stay in Dubai even they are not working in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you're working for an international company that lets you work wherever you want to in the world, and there's more of those since COVID, you can come and say, here is my contract, but
Yes.
I want to now, even though head office is in San Francisco, I want to work the job remotely and live here. That's what that new visa is.
Correct. This exactly our European clients, they are asking us a lot of times like, okay, so the person is working somewhere else and
Right.
now due to this COVID, so we get this opportunity to work from home as well. So the people, they want to live and enjoy in Dubai, so they can get the resident visa while showing that salary contract. Yes, I have $4,000+ salary and I want a resident visa.
And now we're speaking to Mohammed Arshad, who is the founder and managing director of Rasa Corporate Advisors. There are so many visas, from the 5-year visa, the family visa. If we come and see you, what are the benefits of going to an agency or an immigration partner to help you with finding the visas?
Yes, it's very nice question. See, the people, yeah, exactly. So why the people? So anybody can apply visa by themselves as well.
Right.
So there are 3 channels. They can go to the service center. They can apply from there. Online website, immigration website is there. They can apply from there, or the mobile application. So these 3 are the open channels. Anybody can go and apply. But why the people choose to go to the service providers? Because UAE official language is Arabic.
Right.
And a lot of people, they don't know how to read, write, type or do these things. So maybe some mistakes would be there and that delay the application process. So that's why the service providers like our agency, they come in and they assist for that.
Yeah, but then I'm sure that there is some amount of expertise that is also required when you apply for, say, a green visa or a golden visa. Because, say, if you were to apply for Kitch, a golden visa, if he was to apply for himself, the documentation that is required, whatever is required, versus a company that does that for for their clients, the expertise is definitely there with the guys, and the percentage of getting the visa is also higher, isn't it?
Totally agree, Neil, with you. See, like a person is going to any government department for any transaction, he is a layman. He or she
Right.
don't know what documents have to carry
Precisely.
with them. So if they come to the service provider, so they already have a checklist with them. So
Right.
sir, you have to please prepare these documents to apply for this thing. If anything is missing, so beforehand they can prepare and in one go they can apply for the application.
Okay, that's an important point. When it comes to some of these visas, if I was looking to get a visa for family and friends to come over, or the family visa, what's the cost of that visa?
See, the cost is not very much. It depends on the, like, if you are applying for 30 days visa, it's or 90 days visa. The
Okay.
cost is starting from 300 dirham and upwards, depending on the duration of that.
And if we were to strike it lucky and get the golden visa, what
Yeah.
does that cost us?
The golden visa cost, the government cost is only 6,500 dirham.
And that's for 5 years.
10 years.
10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
10 years.
Well, that's a bargain if you can
It
get
is. It is.
But
Because
but someone has to complete the requirements for
Okay.
that. So the requirements are not easy, and that goes to the consul over there. And the consul, they do the review of the documents. They're taking another 30 to 60 days to approve.
Okay.
Right.
So
So
And,
the-
and do they also do research and they look at your life in Dubai? Do they do any character
yeah,
assessment?
what car does he drive? How many times the
Yeah.
police has caught you?
Yeah, exactly.
of course, of course, the character certificate or the violations, of course, it's involves.
I mean,
anywhere.
do they
Yeah.
also check how many times you've got the speeding radar?
Not actually,
Ah,
but they,
glad
but
I'm
they
saved.
check. See, actually, if a person is overstayed over here,
Right.
or he has some fines or something else, so of course, any government official or any approving officer, he or she will see like the file is not clear.
Right.
So how you defend that points?
Makes sense. No,
Yeah,
makes sense.
look, it's a really confusing situation. You know, when you're working with any country and any government, there's rules and regulations, and this is so important because it's people's lives and their livelihood and their jobs and their relationships with their families. That's why it's so important to speak to a professional like Mohammed here. If we want to get in touch with you at Russ Corporate Advisors, where's the best place? What's the best way to do it?
We are located at Business Bay, and our website address you already saying rascorporateadvisors.com.
That's the best way to do it. Well, Mohammed, thank you very much for coming in
My pleasure.
and sharing the information, because those new visa schemes, they come into play next month. And just one last question. Do you think a lot of these changes are what the country has learnt because of COVID, when a lot of people lost their jobs and left, and this is a far more flexible way to have a workforce here?
Now, see, what happened in COVID, we all very well know about the things,
Yeah.
but the UAE has contributed much more in that. So now they have introduced a lot of new policies, and they have relaxed on the immigration rules as well, especially in family visas.
Right.
If any widow or any woman whose husband is died or divorced, so she can stay up to 1 year without any other visa. The second improvement is, previously the male children who can get the visa is only the age was up to 18 years, but now it is extended to 25 years.
Okay.
Oh, that means our producer Pranav might hang around longer.
Oh, definitely will. But also, I mean, continuing on this point, while you mentioned, they've also relaxed a bit on, family sponsorship of women working. So women could sponsor their kids or their families also.
Correct.
Was it limited to nurses and doctors only initially, and teachers, I believe?
No, so it depends on the salary bracket.
Okay.
If a working woman has a certain amount of salary bracket, so she can sponsor the family as well.
Right. And lastly, one very important question that comes out every time, that once your visa is expired or cancelled, for how long can one stay in the country without being fined?
Okay, see, again, it depends on the visa category. If it is a normal visa, so the grace period is 30 days.
Okay.
And it is very clearly mentioned on the cancellation paper on the bottom sides. So the visa has been cancelled and you have to exit or change your status in
this much
this
time.
date. Okay. And otherwise, if the visa is green visa or golden visa, so the visa holder can stay. If it is cancelled or expired, so can stay up to 6 months.
And what is the fine otherwise once you cross the 30-day mark?
So the first day fine is 100 dirham, and
Okay.
then every next day is 25 dirham is the penalty
Wow,
for
it-
overstaying.
Extremely expensive. So it's just better that you get your visas. If you are listening right now, get your visas or get a visit visa.
Correct.
Simple.
That's
There
the
you go.
best way. RAS Corporate Advisors is where you need to go. Mohammed Arshad, founder and managing director. Thank you very much for joining us here on Talk 100.3.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.